The old village of Ravenshire had always whispered of a secret. A pact sealed in blood, a deal made with something beyond human comprehension. But no one dared to speak of it openly. Not until Victor Hale arrived. Victor was a historian, fascinated by ancient folklore and the macabre. When he heard rumors of the Crimson Pact, he saw it as a forgotten piece of history, waiting to be uncovered. His research led him to the abandoned Blackthorn Manor, a crumbling relic on the outskirts of town, long left to rot. The locals avoided it like the plague, claiming it was cursed. Victor, however, saw only opportunity. One stormy evening, he stepped through the rusted iron gates, his lantern casting eerie shadows along the ivy-covered walls. The grand wooden door groaned open, revealing a dust-choked interior frozen in time. Torn tapestries hung limply, and the air reeked of decay. But it was the painting in the main hall that caught his attention. A massive portrait of a man in blood-red robes, his face obscured by shadow, his hands clutching an ancient book bound in dark leather. Beneath the painting, a Latin inscription read, Sanguinem pro potentia, Eternum servitus. Blood for power, eternal servitude. Victor's fingers traced the words, sending a shiver down his spine. As he turned away, a whisper slithered through the air. You seek the truth, but the truth demands a price. Spinning around, he found himself alone. The wind howled through broken windows, rattling the chandeliers above. Brushing it off his imagination, he ventured deeper, following a trail of strange symbols carved into the wooden floor. They led to the basement, a place even time seemed to have forgotten. The air grew thick with the scent of iron as he descended. At the bottom, a stone altar stood, stained with ancient blood. In its center lay a rusted dagger, its hilt wrapped in brittle leather. As Victor reached for it, the room groaned as if the house itself were awakening. The moment his fingers brushed the blade, the candles lining the chamber flared to life, casting flickering shadows against the damp stone walls. Then he saw them. Figures cloaked in crimson, their hollow eyes peering from beneath heavy hoods. They stood in a perfect circle, silent, motionless. At the center, the man from the portrait stepped forward, his robes whispering against the cold floor. You have come seeking knowledge, Victor Hale, and knowledge you shall receive. But first, the pact must be renewed. Victor's breath hitched. He wanted to run, to escape this nightmare, but his body refused to move. The man stretched out his hand, revealing a contract made of human skin, the words etched in something dark and glistening. Sign or suffer. The air thickened with an unbearable pressure, the shadows pressing against him. Victor's mind screamed for him to refuse, but his hands moved against his will. The dagger lifted, slicing his palm. A single drop of blood fell onto the parchment. The figures chanted in unison, their voices blending into a deafening hum. The blood on the contract ignited, and a searing pain shot through Victor's veins. His scream echoed through the chamber, swallowed by the void. The room fell silent. The figures vanished. The contract was gone. Victor stood alone, but something had changed. His reflection in a nearby pool of water revealed the truth. His eyes were no longer his own. They burned with an unnatural crimson glow. Outside, the storm had passed, but the village of Ravenshire would never be the same. For the Crimson Pact had been sealed once more.